This is a Big Facts Network exclusive.
Welcome to the DJ Scream Show. It's 96.1 The Beat iHeartRadio. Got my homie just pulled up on me. Ari Da Kid is here. What's up, man?
Working, bro. Pushing the brand, pushing the album.
Yeah.
Pushing the podcast.
Yeah. So, okay, let's get into that. So, you got a podcast. Let them know the name of the podcast.
The Sorry Not Sorry show is going crazy, yeah.
Yep. What made you decide to go in that lane?
I mean, come on. I mean, right now, I feel like for a while, everybody's telling anybody that's doing some type of content, start a podcast.
Yeah. It's like the new social media.
Yeah, it's trendy. Mm-hmm. But for me, I always like to dig into the business of things. It took me so long to learn a lot about the independent business with music. It took me a little minute. I ended up, a lot of people don't even know, me and Tokyo Vanity was probably supposed to do a podcast at first. She asked me to do one a while back. At the time, I just had too much going on. I was getting out of my deal. You know what I mean? That was still going on. I had a lot of money in different places that I just, because if I do it, I'm like, if I'm going to do it, I got to invest into my own thing. I'm not looking for an investor. I'm not that nigga. I'm not the one to be like, oh, let me see who can put the bag up. I'm going to put the bag up.
Right.
And so, but just later on, I think once I got in front of, the closing call for me was, I got in front of Gillie. I went to Philly, shot a video with Freeway. Gillie came out, pulled up on her, showed her some love, bought her some Philly cheesesteaks on the street and shit. Then was like, yo, me and Wallo got a new spot. You know, they had left Philly, went to Jersey. A lot of people don't know that. Like 15 minutes away from Philly, showing me their new building. They were still building that at the time. Like, it was like this house that they was tricking out for their podcast. And once I seen it, and he let me get in the room and see the cameras and the lights and was giving me the game, he talked to us for like 4 hours straight while he was smoking. And that was it, though. And then Maul, from New Royal Mall, talking to him a little bit, going to see their podcast in person. I think once I got that, and I got to see somebody that looked like me, you know, Maul from the Bronx like me, Gillie from up north, and I think once somebody that I could relate to was giving me game, now I hit my man and I was like, yo, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I've been podcasting since.
And I think the healthy thing, like, every pod, like, even ours, like, it you know, it's all about conversation.
Yeah.
Like, some of these conversations are tired. Like, I'm like, yo, you guys, you got to be more creative with your conversations and your topics. But yours is dope because it's just real-life topics. Like, these are real-life topics, and it's your own lane. It's topics that, I'm like, I never even thought about talking about that.
Yeah. I mean, but I tell a lot of people with the podcast, you know, don't make it so difficult. You know what I'm saying? Like, the 3 C's, you know, you working on your catalog, consistency, you know what I'm saying? And then you just want to have the charisma on camera to kind of understand conversation and just work. And so, and like the biggest thing for me was the game shifted. It used to be, you know, you drop and you go do your media run. I'm not saying you can't still do that, because I remember back in the day when, like, being on Fader and Complex and Double XL was like, yo, if you don't do that, you ain't doing nothing.
Exactly.
I know a lot of mixtapes and that Piff had they wave and shit. That was a part of it too. But now it's like, you really want to think, how much content can I pump out? How much marketing can I expose at a high rate? And the best way to do it is having your own, even if it's not a podcast, something with a mic and a camera and good lighting on you, consistently moving on the internet algorithm at times. And to me, that was the main key for me. It was like, well, worst case, let's say worst case scenario, which I don't like thinking. Worst case scenario, I could talk my shit, rap my shit every day and not have to reach out to somebody else on their platform, because really I could beat a lot of algorithms that got bigger platforms than me. I could smoke them today if I want to. If I want to make 3 posts and boost a post or not, I could smoke. I'm not pointing people out, but anybody from a Double XL or LA Leakers, I could have. Of course, they're gonna dominate in certain numbers sometime, but in the time, if you look at the account numbers and stuff, I could catch it if I be consistent on my own page.
Yeah.
And so I love that point of it. It's like, damn, you damn near could do your own media run. Everybody in their phone.
I think where we're going, and I've been trying to give, you know, my brother's gems, is the whole game is going direct to consumer. So you see what's going on, the restructuring of the labels. We kind of already saw the distribution. Now I tell people, like, people were like, gatekeeper. If you're making good quality product, podcast, music, merch, whatever it is,
right,
you can get it directly to that consumer. You don't necessarily need me. It might help. It might help to have gatekeepers and influencers, but you can go direct to that consumer if you got a good product. So stop blaming everybody.
Yeah.
It's on you.
You know what's funny though, Scream? When I hear somebody, and we're optimistic speakers and talkers and thinkers, right? We think ideas over thoughts. So it's like, when I hear somebody come around with that whole gatekeepers, haters, it's like, oh yeah, you don't get it yet, because there's so many other things and ways and people that you can speak of before you even get to the hater and the gatekeeper. Like, you dig what I'm saying? It's so much shit to do positively that you're able to do direct to consumer, which is a great phrase, by the way, for a nigga that's trying to sell something.
Yep.
It's so many things to do before you get to the, yeah, of course there's haters and it, bro, there's so many more things that we can do positive as opposed to something negative. And so if you don't cover that first, I don't want to hear shit about no, like me and you could talk about, yeah, there is some gatekeepers.
Yeah.
There is some experiences where I felt like somebody might have been hating or they didn't really want me in the room.
It's every industry. It's
but
everything.
I need 9 or 10 solutions and ideas before we even get to that. And if you start with that, I can't talk to you.
Yeah.
We can't have a conversation. Yeah.
No, that's the only way to win.
No, for sure.
Way to win. We'll talk about the project in a second, man. So Pod, project. What's the name of the project?
The Last Shadow in the Shade. It's the end of the trilogy. I did a 3 mixtape album, whatever series. The Shadow in the Shade 1, the Shadow in the Shade 2, and this is the Last Shadow in the Shade.
And then the first attempt off of that is you, Benny, and Saha, right? Is that the first record off of it?
Nah, really, it's crazy because my first single really was Do Black Men Need Therapy.
Okay.
I dropped that like last summer.
Gotcha.
It just took a minute for me to finish the album. The second one was a joint I did called You that I produced, and then the single before the album came out was Rebellion with Benny the Butcher and Saha, which is really the main single on there. You know what I'm saying?
Do Black Men Need Therapy? What made you decide to drop that record or create that record?
I just think the older I got, you know, my dad is talking on that joint, and the whole thing is about, I'm speaking about all the men that were close to me. So that's my the grandfathers that I didn't meet, my uncle that passed away that was selling and using drugs and did some jail time, became a pastor later, my pops, and then my son and my brother. So and it's just opening up about the issues that I felt like we had in my family that stemmed before me and that may have tried to lead into me, but my pops did the best job that he could to kind of finally learn how to love, say I love you, give hugs, you know what I'm saying? And also help me understand why he was so mean, why he was so hardworking when they had nothing coming from the projects, right? And so I think some of the ways that us strong men have, without saying, oh, I'm going through something, without telling people I am hurt right now, but maybe we don't know, or maybe we don't want to say it because we so focused on the solution. And I dealt with a lot of women that just throw therapy at niggas. Go get therapy. Go get. And so I was like, and you know, right now the internet is so question dialogue driven that I posed the title with a question. Well, I mean, give me your opinion. Do Black Men Need Therapy? And that's what the song was about. And that's why I say, we say we don't need help, but would you actually be there for me? So that's what I pose it as a question. There is no factual answer. Everybody's different. Everyone's situation, and everyone also enables or looks at therapy as something different. It could be from somebody that's an actual doctor, went to school for it, your moms, your pops, your mentor, your OG. Motherfucker might bump into you and you might give them some game consistently, and that could be therapeutic to them and healing to them. And so I thought it was, and then I seen a lot of stuff about mental health, and I saw like Dorsey and Callie and them was doing so much shit about mental health programs and stuff. I said it's a good time. And we gotta, just like Dr. Umar told me, a lot, as much as we do reflection, we must show projection. Yep. I like that. So I could talk about the struggle all I want, but it's like, are you projecting what you can go through if you go this route, if you do these things? And I think that I projected in that song on my album.
What do you think is the moment where you broke the cycle per se? I always say, man, I think for me, I was 12 years old. Wow. When I got my first set of turntables, I broke the cycle. Because nothing could take me away from this. Right. Hey, we're going to go steal candy. We're going to go steal chips. We're going to go break cars. I don't care. I'm with these I love these turntables more than girls. Right, you know what I'm saying? I love them. So that was the breaking cycle point for me. What do you think that was for you?
I think it was just rapping. Like my brother, I never knew what I wanted to do, and I think nobody really did. In school, I didn't really do too well. Like with academics, grades, behavior, nothing. Like I was just terrible in school. And I think I had habits that teachers, they're prone to speak about and learn and teach strictly the American way. Yeah. Go to school, work for somebody, maybe in time you do. It's like that shit wasn't gonna work. Like I had a problem in class. I couldn't sit still. I sharpened my pencil for no reason.
And they tried to Probably could put you on medicine. They did that with me too.
Yeah, I never got to the medicine point. They did, however, ask my mom if I wanted to go into a class with less people in it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really give a shit because luckily, God grace for me, I went to a school. Osborne was the worst school in Cobb County. It ain't too many bad schools out there. That was the one school where you could ask to go to the bathroom and never come back. And a teacher might not say nothing to you tomorrow.
Wow.
Them niggas ain't give a fuck. So that was something I did a lot. Certain classes, I gotta go pee.
Yeah.
I'd bring my bag. I wouldn't come back to that motherfucker.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a lot.
Wow.
So that was like another one of my bad things, going to the bathroom, roaming the hallways. But I just think that when I started to rap and I graduated, you know, shout to Coco Brother was doing fucking Freestyle Friday when I was 18 on 107.9. But if it wasn't for that, I don't know if I would have ever thought that I could do the music. You know what I'm saying? And, luckily, I had the mechanics and the skills to compete at a high level to win those things and get retired doing that. But that was my first open. That was like, all right, I'm not doing nothing else but rapping. Yeah. Now, of course, I probably did illegal shit for the next 10 years.
Everybody had their teenage years, something going on. Something going on.
It went past teenage, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? You got to do what you got to do to be able to make do. So, I think that was my breaking point where I was the first entrepreneur in my immediate household. You know what I'm saying? But I've been an entrepreneur. I've been selling snacks since 6th grade. So
there you go.
I've been doing that. You know what I mean?
You spoke about attending Osborne, Cobb County.
Yeah.
Northside, not North.
Yeah, not
Northside,
NAWF, yeah.
Not
shout to Gwinnett, shout to the
Shouts to the North for sure. But Northside Goats. Give me 5 of them.
Goats?
Goats.
Woo.
From obviously
not including myself?
Well, let's exclude yourself.
Okay, I like that.
Because we know that you would say yourself, and if people know, they know, right?
Okay.
So
Northside Goats.
Yeah.
Starting for me is DJ Southern Bread.
DJ Southern Bread.
First and foremost.
Rushmore, salute my brother.
Yeah, first and foremost.
Show me love the first day I moved to Cobb County from Decatur to Cab.
Bread is like I don't know what you want to call that shit, but
the forefather.
There we go. Yeah. It's the fucking job. Yeah. Let's go Southern Bread.
Yeah.
Let's go. And I'm going to mix this into one person.
Okay.
KIP Entertainment, where sometimes people get confused because KIP also involves Lil Mike.
Lil Mike, Carrie.
So I'm going to go Carrie and Lil Mike in one for KIP Entertainment.
Salute my brother Carrie and
yeah,
Mike.
I'm
mariachi, y'all remember?
I'm going to cheat with that.
Yeah.
I cannot leave out Sean Teasy, even though we not like this no more.
Right.
We're not beefing or nothing, but we not fam, or we not as cool as we used to be.
Right.
But I can never leave Sean Teasy out.
That's real.
Of a Northside,
another brother.
Of a Northside conversation.
Yeah.
Damn, this is hard. I'ma say I gotta put this. K-Camp.
K-Camp for sure. This is interesting because
a lot of people try to buck on that, but they can't.
No, you can't buck on that. No,
they can't. It's because Camp does him, and they don't like when it's not so much pulling you and put. But for what, nigga? What you do for him when he was coming up or now? So fuck you. It's like shut up, nigga.
Yeah.
K-Camp for sure.
For sure.
K-Camp is the song GOAT, music GOAT from the North Side to me. Hands down. No competition, not even close.
I even put his mom and there with K-Camp.
Yeah, shout to Mama Camp. Yeah, boom. I got my, that's 4?
That's 4. Oh, this is going to be tricky because I know in my head I have 3 more names.
We talking about GOATs.
Okay.
And I'm not in this. I'm going to give a tie between 2 people.
I knew you was going to do that.
And I know that's cheating, but I'm going to give a tie. I'm going to go half Big Blade.
Whoa, Big Blade. What's up, Blade? What's up, Blade?
For a lot of reasons that a lot of people wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But very good dude from the street of unity.
And makes a lot of stuff make sense.
Yeah,
for sure.
And when people was coming to Cobb, a lot of people don't know this. When people was coming to Cobb and they had a bad understanding about the North Side, they thought it was way sweeter than what they, which a lot of niggas got beat up in Cobb, but we don't got to drop names. I could, but we're not going to go there.
Right.
Blade was the nigga when them wild niggas finally came from the east side, west side, south side, and came to that door. When they saw Blade, they didn't know Blade until they got there. But once they saw him, I think they was like, oh, okay. There's some gangbanging shit going on out here. Some niggas out here.
Right.
And I'm going to go to the other half, Mike Will.
Mike Will.
I can't leave Mike Will out of that at all.
So
that's my
Another architect.
My 5 list without me included.
Got you.
And there's other people like, you know what I'm saying, that I like. Wallo is one of the goats to me.
Yeah.
Can't leave him out of things.
See, I speak on coming to everybody you name. I encountered where there was mariachi, Red Train, and everything. And I got a lot of love actually.
Yeah.
And but there are some people like a Marvelous J, Seaside.
Oh, legend. Yeah. Young Sean, rest in peace. Young Teddy, rest in peace.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So there's other people. So listen, I salute it, and I think it's amazing where everybody, if you go back to the pictures of these Red Trains and mariachis, even Texano, you go back to the pictures when it was all just young people trying to figure it out.
Right.
And you look forward, it's like, man, everybody did pretty well for themselves.
Nah, they did well, yeah. And in this behind the scene people, man, I could fucking name like JR, what he was doing out there. I could name Amber Grimes, what she was doing out there.
For sure.
It's a lot of people. Yeah. I could say DJ Blue, even though when people say Blue with Cobb, he not from Cobb. He from he on Sandy Springs side.
Yeah.
With 400 and what they doing over there. So people get that confused. So it's like, I went to middle school with fucking Shannon Tubbs. This is DJ Blue. I lived in Fulton County before I moved to Cobb. I went to Cobb in 8th grade. A lot of niggas don't know that.
I didn't know that.
I first moved to Fulton County. That's how I met Blue and all his brothers and shit. We went to the same middle school, Ridgeview Middle School in Atlanta. So a lot of people don't really know a lot of things. But like I said, and then people argue with Young Sean because, and I give a lot of credit to him, rest in peace. Young Sean, in my opinion, in Cobb, besides Southern Bread, was the first person to inspire me. Teasy might even say this. Him and Marvelous J, they had a song called Trap Boomin'. That was the first time I said, okay, a nigga from Cobb is on the radio.
Yeah, boy.
So that's not to discredit Young Sean, just that Camp came and eclipsed that and more via radio into the world.
Right.
So I couldn't put him in the song bracket of that. And so, yeah, it's people get, like
that's fair.
I'm not the nigga afraid to get a list scream because ain't a nigga gonna play with me when I give the list. A nigga, because niggas might get mad. Bro, I'll never forget this, bro. When Teezy yelled King of Cobb, like 50 niggas wanted to fight him. For 2 reasons to me. They didn't know what he was trying to do for Cobb.
Right.
He didn't really have the wisdom, and it wasn't his fault. We was learning as we went. So he made a lot of mistakes, but he also did a lot of good things for Cobb. The main thing for it is niggas pick and choose their battles. A lot of niggas feel like if it's no consequence, I'm going to buck it. If it's no consequence, I'm going to take it there. While I'm smoking with my homies, we getting high. Hey, man, fuck that nigga, man. That nigga lame as hell, bro. Like, oh, for real? So when he yelled it, it didn't really rub people the right way. And so, not saying that I'm this fucking big meech nigga, but I've established so much respect with people face to face that they might not take that route to me via internet or going out loud like, man, that nigga cap, man, that nigga. Fuck that nigga, because I did a couple joints where I went viral talking about the Northside is bigger than Gwinnett, and all the niggas that had an issue with it in Gwinnett called me. Like some of them is the homie. Nah, nigga, let's. But it was love though. It was never like puss ass nigga pull up the Pleasant Hill Road. It wasn't none of that. It was more like, come on, bro, we did a song back in the day, man. What you mean? Explain it to me.
Listen,
you know what I mean?
All of this healthy, all of this from a healthy standpoint.
Yeah.
First off, we'll say with the anybody that says king of or whatever, stuff comes with that. So like, T.I. said he was king of the South. Obviously, everybody
came with a lot of shit. Yeah,
he's gonna come with what it come with. So that's just happens in the game.
Yeah,
but I think all of this is a healthy pour into when we say Atlanta and surrounding areas.
Yep,
this is how we uplift. And I try to think from a logical standpoint. Like, listen, people. I get this and that, and it's healthy conversations. Who's the GOAT? Who's this? It's all healthy, right? I was blessed to be in Cobb and see it firsthand and see it happen. Like, wow, coming from Decatur, crime, I was blessed to see all of it.
Yeah,
and then thankfully to Ray G and Corey B.
Shout out to Ray G and Corey B. Good people.
I was able to see the Gwinnett too and be a part of the Migos first joint. Like, this is all blessed. This is all I ever wanted in hip hop, to be a part.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for the amount of people and the amount of mouths that we've been able to feed, that's the most important thing. There will be passion, there will be debates, and there will be disagreements. That's all healthy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
But a lot of people don't been able to feed their families based on what Atlanta and surrounding areas.
And surrounding areas, and
that's the most important thing to me.
Nah, for sure, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Album. What we talking about?
The last Shadow in the Shade, bro. Is the end of the trilogy. 3 albums in, man. It's a blessing to be able to have my fan base follow a core sound and get certain people on there that I respect rap wise. Spar with certain MCs. You know, do my own. You know, I did that album 9010 with a distribution company, fully independent, funded everything. Yeah, still was on the front of Apple Music. Still hit like over 20 big playlists on Apple Music, Spotify, everything. Dolo. Like, I love being able to do that. You know what I mean?
There it is. There it is. There it is. Salute to you. Congratulations on that. And you got some bars for us, right?
Yeah, because it's you. Because
it's
you.
me.
Because it's you, Scream.
Listen, I've been here since first mix. I've been down for a minute.
I mean,
man.
I feel like you got to pay your dues and your homage coming up. I think there's a moment where you do a run, do your ciphers, do your battles, whatever, freestyles for everybody. But there's certain people that you are the only nigga in Atlanta. This is no shade or disrespect to anybody that I'm going to do that for right now because I paid my dues.
I appreciate that.
And I got the accolades rap-wise, freestyle-wise, cipher-wise. I've paid my dues more than I think a lot of niggas. I don't know. It might be the only other nigga is Saha, but Saha didn't even do the battle run like me. So my shit way different.
Got you.
I done battled on V103, 1079, everywhere, like literally every platform. Not saying he didn't do it outside, not discrediting my bro. I'm just saying I might be the only nigga in Atlanta that did it that much at a high rate and then kept doing the music.
No one can contest that you put in the work.
They better not, or they're going to get the smoke. But, like I'm saying, respect to you, bro. It's an honor to be able to do that for people like you, and I'm always going to be willing to, you know what I mean, when the time permits. So, yeah.
Y'all grab your popcorn. You know what it is. Ari Da Kid is here.
Sure.
DJ Scream Show. Salute.
This is a Big Facts Network exclusive.